guys, and welcome to your yoga class today. This yoga class today is yoga to boost our immune system. So I'm really happy to take you through this class. So there's a few things we're going to work on throughout this practice today. The first off is going to be our breath, because obviously our blood needs oxygen, and when we focus on our breath, that is going to help improve our circulation. So it's going to improve the oxygen flow through the body. Okay, so what we're going to do is find a comfortable seated position that feels good for you. We're going to take our hands and place them onto our belly. So just popping the hands onto the belly. When you feel comfortable, drop the shoulders. Make sure we are fully relaxed on the top half. And then I invite you to close your eyes. So let's take a moment here, softening through the jaw. Allow the mouth to open slightly, allowing your tongue to relax in your mouth. And first off, notice your breath. That's all we need to do, is just notice the path of the breath. Notice if maybe your breath is a little shallower, you're carrying it in your chest, not your tummy. And then I invite you to slow it down. So your lungs are very powerful, so there's lots of space there. So we're going to take a deep breath in. We're going to allow the belly to expand as the lungs use all of their space. And then you breathe out through the nose as your belly falls gently down as we empty the lungs completely. So we're going to breathe in to the count of 5. So we take a breath in for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We breathe out for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Again, breathing in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We breathe out for 5, 4, 3, 2. One last time. Breathing in for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathing out for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Allow the breath to be. But let's be aware of this breath as we move through our practice today, using that breath to help move the oxygen around the body a little more efficiently. Let's now take the hands, relax them down onto the knees. And when you're ready, flutter the eyes open, keeping the eye gaze low. Join me in some shoulder circles. Inhaling the shoulders up, exhaling them down the back. We need to work on reducing stress as well in this class today, because stress can lead to lots of illnesses, believe it or not. So we're going to release off all of the tension in the body that is causing tension by holding on to negativity. So we're going to release that down. So working on a self-massage here in the upper back, opening out through the chest and reducing any tension around the neck and the shoulders. Allowing the shoulders to drop, taking a gentle neck circle, rolling the chin across the chest, bringing the ear to one side, and then let's take it the other way. So a neck roll here. Again, this is working on just making sure there's no tension in the neck. The muscles are lovely and long, they're not causing any stress. And then inviting the head to come back to neutral spine. We come into our first gentle twist. Right hand behind you, left hand on the outside of the right leg, pressing yourself around to look over that right shoulder. So there'll be a few twists in today's class. As I've mentioned previously, twisting is a great way to cleanse through your internal system. So when we wring out and take this wringing sensation, it massages out through the organs and releases any toxins that we don't want left in the body. So twists are a great way to give us that boost that we're looking for today. Let's go the other way when you're ready. A soft one here. We're easing ourselves into it. Right hand behind you. And we're going the other way, looking up and over that shoulder. Twisting through the torso here. Lifting nice and tall as well. Try not to put any pressure into the pelvis. Lift up and out of the hips. And then we'll make our way all the way back through to center. And what we're going to do is we're going to come over onto all fours in your own time. But once you find that tabletop, I invite you to tuck your toes under, put your heels together and take your knees wide. I'm going to turn to face you. So heels together, knees wide, and then you lift yourself up so you're sitting onto your heels now. Interlace the hands together, and we're going to press the hands up towards the ceiling. Okay, so arms are coming in line with ears, sitting down onto those heels, opening through the hips, and lift up and out of the pelvis. So let's try and find a moment to pause here. This is a really great way to open out through the hips, but to find a sense of balance, a sense of stillness, and to help us really connect our minds to our body. So acknowledge how your toes are feeling, how the thighs are feeling, the space through the rib cage, through the spine. And using the power of that breath to allow yourself to pause here for a moment. Notice how you're feeling physically and mentally today. Let's take one last breath here if we can. And then we release the hands, bringing them down, uncurl the toes, find your way back into your child's pose. So take your bottom towards your heels, reaching the arms forwards, forehead comes down onto the mat. So pause here as your body settles, because that last posture might have felt uncomfortable as it was quite an active posture. So then we notice the recovery that the body experiences now. Slowing the breath down, breathing into the back body here. And then we're going to slide the hands towards the knees. We're going to make our way onto our knees, tucking the toes under once again, lifting the bottom up this time, reaching the arms up to the ceiling. We're going to find a camel pose. Great way to open out and create space through the lungs, which is very important, especially cold, flu-y season. We want to really open out through the chest. So we bring our left hand down towards our left heel, press the hips forwards, pull the right arm back, and think about opening through this front space, through the entire front body. You're pressing the hips forwards. So baby back bends are really good to give the immune system a boost. Like I said, they're going to open out through the front, releasing any compression, any tightness on the lungs, on the chest, so that our breath can be calm, free, and flowing. Let's inhale, lift the left arm up. We'll take the right arm back when you're ready. So right hand to right heel, press the hips forwards, reaching the left arm back. Try not to throw your head too far back. We don't want to put any pressure on the neck, okay? So hips are going forwards, chest is lifting up. And then we sweep that right arm all the way up. Bring the hands down onto the ground. Keeping those toes tucked under. Let's come into downward facing dog when you're ready. So have a fidget, pedal, bend, hip twist, whatever feels good for you. And then find stillness here. We're going to make our way into dolphin. So I invite you to pop your forearms onto the ground and then walk your feet in as close towards your elbows as you can. Lift the tailbone high and press the heels down heavy. This is dolphin. And dolphin is a great way for us to drain off those lungs, okay? So we're really going to take a big cleanse here through the chest as you're lifting the tailbone high and pressing the chest through those arms. So let's pause here. Big, powerful breaths. Breathing in through the nose and breathing out through the nose. Lifting the tailbone high. Easing the chest through. Staying here for one last breath if possible, knowing that you can come out of any posture whenever you need to. And then we'll walk our feet back. Pop both knees down and ripple yourself forwards onto the forearms. We're coming into Sphinx. So Sphinx is a lovely way to open out through the chest once again. Relax into the hips. Eye lines looking forwards. A lovely posture here to help you feel settled, find a sense of calmness, and to give the back time to find a little strength to give you that support through the spinal system that we all need. Let's lower ourselves all the way down onto our front. Slide the hands underneath your shoulders, making your way back onto all fours. Take your time. Tucking the toes under whenever you feel comfortable and lifting the hips high once again. Again, if you would like to fidget, that's all good. And then find some stillness when you feel happy to. We're going to bend the knees. Let's walk our feet all the way in towards our hands. You're going to glue the feet together. Bring the hands to prayer by the chest and then bend the knees as you make your way back into chair pose. So taking the bottom back, drawing the belly towards the spine. We then bring the right elbow to the left knee, and I mentioned about twists at the beginning of class, yeah? We want to twist through the torso, press that right elbow to the outside of the left knee, and this is again wringing out through the tummy, so getting that cleanse, that toxin release that we're after. So this is twists are great to massage out things like your kidneys and your liver and things like that, okay? Let's come back through center. Take it the other way. Left elbow to the outside of the right knee. Pressing those hands together. Think about like when you wring out a tea towel, that's that sensation, that visualization. That's what we're getting for our torso. Make sure we're pressing our weight back though so that we don't injure the knees. That's very important also. And then we'll come back to center. Inhale, reach all the way up to the ceiling. Lengthen the spine. Take the feet hip distance apart when you're ready and dive yourself all the way down to a standing forward fold. Softening those knees, let the head drop. Now these sort of inversions here are a great way to boost those red blood cells. Like I spoke at the beginning, we want to boost the blood so that we're moving the oxygen around the body a little bit quicker. So tilting the tailbone high to the ceiling. The weight is in the toes now. Body is simply dangling, hanging here. And then we'll heel ourselves up like a ragdoll. Roll yourself all the way back up. Hands come to prayer close to the chest. We'll turn now, step our feet so we come to wide leg forward fold. Toes turning out to the side slightly. Hinge forwards from the hips. Bring that body parallel to the ground. Let's hold it here. So create space through the back of those legs, lengthening through the hamstrings. Weight is in the toes. Now, we spoke earlier about stress leading to sorts of illnesses. So if you're carrying lots of tension around your joints, your muscles, that bleeds into your body basically, okay? So what you want to do is release off all of that tension, all of that stress, and that will therefore help rejuvenate the rest of your body, your being. Let's release the hands down to the floor. Let the crown of the head drop down. We're still in a wide leg forward fold. The legs are still long. Tailbones lifting high towards the ceiling. So dangling through the upper body, lifting the tailbone high, getting that gorgeous stretch there. And then we'll take our time. Bend into those knees ever so slightly. Roll yourself all the way up. Let's turn to step to the top of the mat once again when you're ready. Take a deep breath in. Sweep the arms high. Exhale, dive yourself all the way down, standing forward fold. Stepping your feet back into that downward facing dog. Take your time. Lift the tailbone high here. And then we'll gently come down onto our knees. Uncurl the toes so you're in all fours. Inhale, sweeping the left arm up. Open out through the chest. We'll thread the needle. Bring the left arm under the right. Left ear comes down to the ground. Reaching the right arm forwards and keep your tailbone high. So tailbone's lifting up. Right arm's reaching to the top of the mat. Left arm's reaching through. And again, we're in another gorgeous twist here, but we're also working on releasing any tension through the upper back, through the neck, the shoulders, because carrying stress just does not serve you well. So now leave it in the past and let's fully arrive to where we need to be today, which is right here on the mat. Let's bend into the right arm. Push yourself all the way back up. Find all fours. And then inhale, lift the right arm up to the ceiling now. Thread the needle. The right arm comes underneath the left. Right ear comes down onto the ground. We now reach left hand to the top of the mat. So enjoy this twist here, lifting the tailbone high. Wringing out through the waist.
version as well, because the tailbone is lifting up higher than the heart. And we're rotating through the upper back to release any tension across the shoulder blades, which obviously then compacts onto your posture, which if your posture is too rounded, then the breath is going to get compressed in the lungs too. Let's push away from the left hand, press yourself all the way up, tucking the toes under, making our way into downward facing dog, again when you feel comfortable. And then we're going to walk the feet in towards the hands once again. Once you get there, bend the knees, roll yourself all the way up. I'm going to turn to face you. You don't have to. We're going to find eagle pose. Eagle pose is going to put a little bit of pressure on lots of pressure points in the body, squeezes everything out. So this is a really great posture. You're going to pick up your left leg and step it over the right. If you feel wobbly in your balance, feel free to keep the left foot on the floor. If you can, cross it all the way around, the toe hooks behind the back. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take our right arm forwards, pop the left elbow on top of the right arm. Either backs of the hands come together or you wrap all the way around so the palms of the hands touch. Eagle pose, okay? So both knees are bent and you should feel everything really squeezing in. It's a great way to I feel like we wrap up like a pretzel and then we unravel ourselves. And when you unravel, everything starts to move around the body a lot more freely. So squeeze these pressure points together. Pausing here, finding your balance, tapping that left foot down if you need to. And then on your next inhale, we will unravel it, reach all the way up to the ceiling, and we'll take it on the other side. So the right foot's going to step over, maybe the foot's going to hook. The left elbow comes in front, the right elbow goes on top. Either backs of the hands together or come all the way around, palms of the hands. Squeeze everything. Draw the belly to the spine. Find your balance. Compressing everything together here. Feeling that squish. Holding here for a little bit longer, bending into those knees if you can. And then when we unravel, everything's going to move around the body a lot quicker, a lot freer, a lot more smoothly. Inhale, lift all the way up. Exhale, dive yourself all the way down, forward fold. Let the head and shoulders drop. Make sure there's no tension through the upper body here. And then slowly bending those knees, hands come down. You make your way down onto your bottoms in your own time. Soles of the feet together, and then interlace the hands, hooking them around the toes. Invite your body to pull yourself forwards. So I'm using my hands on my toes to hinge forwards from the hips. Knees are opening out. So also we carry a lot of emotional stress in our hips. You'll know that if you've done some hip posture classes with me before. So we carry lots of emotional stress in our hips, which obviously doesn't serve us well either. So we need to make sure that our hips are lovely and happy before we step off of the mats. So we're going to keep the legs as they are, reaching the arms forwards. Make your way all the way down onto your back. Use your hands if you need to, if that feels a little bit more comfortable for you today. Bring the feet with you. We make our way into happy baby. So what we're going to do is we're going to take hold of the outside of the feet. Take the heels away from the bottom. Bring the knees down towards the armpits. And either you might want to take a little rock, a sway here, or find stillness, whatever feels right for you. But we're opening out through the hips, easing those knees down towards you. Feeling all of that space around the pelvis, through the hips, into the groin, into the lower back. Easing off here, sending the breath down to that area if it feels a little tight. So taking time, going where feels right for you. And then gently bringing those feet all the way back, hugging the knees in towards the chest, okay? We're going to make our way over to a plow. We're going to massage out through the thyroid as well before we close off our class. So ensuring you've got some space behind you. I'm just going to shimmy down a little bit. So we're hugging the knees in. Now for a plow pose, we're going to pop our elbows onto the floor. We're going to lift the bottom up. So bring the bottom up. Hands come behind the lower back. You can walk the elbows in towards one another. And then bring the knees over towards the head. Start to lengthen the legs, flex the feet, toes come onto the ground. Now straight away you should feel where your chin is coming towards your chest. That's your thyroid. That's what we're massaging out here, okay? So easing that down, lifting your tailbone as high as you can. Maybe you want to keep the hands on the back, or maybe the hands can come down, palms down onto the floor. Or you might be able to interlace the hands together and press the hands down into the mat, okay? It's whatever feels right for you today. Lift the tailbone as high as you can. Keep that chin on the chest. Feel that massage there. Using the breath, this is another powerful inversion. Great to get everything moving around the body. Release any blockages. Improve that oxygen supply, that circulation. Opening out through the chest if you're taking the hand mudra on the mat. And massage through that thyroid. Let's take one last breath here. Then we'll release those hands. Make your way slowly, gradually, back down onto the mat. Take your time. And then we'll bring the feet onto the floor. Bend the knees and we'll pop the knees together. So feet are apart. Knees drop in towards one another. And we're going to place our hands onto our bellies once again. Eyes closed. Back of the head on the mat. And the mouth slightly open. Let's come back to our big breath to the count of 5. So when you're ready, we breathe in for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathing out for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathing in for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathing out for 5, 4, 3, 2. Last time. Breathing in for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathing out for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Allow your breath to be. Taking your hands, placing them over your heart, and taking a short moment of gratitude to be thankful for your body, your health, and to also take a moment of gratitude to thank your body for everything that it does for you. Let's not put our body underneath too much pressure, too much stress. Let's look after our body, nurture our body. Know that we only get one body, and it is our home, our place that we live. Take care of yourself, mentally, physically. And remember how important it is to look after you. Taking the hands, place them over your eyes whenever you're ready. Take a big breath in, and as you breathe out, let's gradually open the eyes, make our way onto our sides, and slowly bring ourselves up to a seated posture. Any seated posture that feels right for you. I hope you enjoyed that short class today. A little immune system boost if you're feeling a little sluggish, a little low, or if generally you just feel like you wanted a little pick-me-up. I hope you enjoyed it. Any questions, any comments, let me know as always. And I hope to see you on the mat sometime again really soon.